right, so I got the taxi on the lift. I ended up getting the firewall riveted with some aluminum plates, so all the holes are shut. Next step is going to be removing the K-member. That way we could get the front end ready to get painted. Not sure who's going to help me get it painted yet, but just going to start prepping it and removing everything out the way. So I got the K-member and all the suspension all removed. Looks pretty crazy all bare, but pretty much the next step will be getting it ready for paint, getting everything all scuffed and primered, and then paint it the same color as the car, screaming yellow. So once we're probably actually before I prep it, I also still have to degrease and pressure wash everything, get all the oil and greases and dust from out the years that been caking up. So that's the update. All right guys, it's Saturday today. We're in the backyard. We're gonna be making some more progress in the taxi. I actually got all my paint to paint the tubular front end. Shout out to my boy Vince. He got me hooked up, got all the paint I needed with my paint code, all in an aerosol can. Got me some clear, that way we shoot it after the paint's dried, shoot some clear over it. Also got some primer, and we got some scotch pads to kind of scuff up the rough areas, kind of like where the metal and is showing on the over the paint, kind of just smoothing this up. That way when we shoot the paint, it's not doesn't have rough edges and stuff. So all right, so for the most part, got everything all sanded down, all nice and smooth. I'm going to air chuck all the dust off, and then after that I'm going to clean it with some thinner and make sure we get all them dust particles out. And then after that we're going to be laying down some primer. Got my boy Fat Boy over here getting down on the paint, shooting down some primer. All wrapped up. Let it dry for a little bit and lay some paint down. Let's continue this video. So yesterday we got done laying 2 more coats of paint on the front end, and we also sprayed the clear, and this thing looks really good. Engine bay looks super wet. I'm not sure if the camera does its justice, but the thing looks like glass. It's really shiny. Really happy the way everything turned out. Since the color was transparent, when you're laying a light color like this, you have to spray it a few times, a few coats, to get the color to pop out. But man, this thing turned out really nice. Now I definitely got to get the car buffed and waxed and ceramic coated to make it look as shiny as the engine bay. So on to the next project, which is going to be getting the K-member back on the car, and then installing this new manual rack, as well as the new long travel Viking coilovers for the front. Got to build these and basically get the car into a roller again. So I'm going to set the camera down and get some tools out and start wrenching. All right, so I don't have no one to help me out at the moment today, so luckily I got this table holding the K-member for me. I didn't get new hardware for this, so all I did was cleaned up all my old bolts, which were still in good shape, just all dirty. And gonna set the K-member up Bolts kind of fighting me. A little rubber mallet never hurt nobody. So the new Vikings are all assembled. These things look really good. Really nice. Compared to my old strange setup I had, which was a UPR sleeve to convert it into a coilover. And this is an actual legit coilover setup, so big difference. And then as well as only having one adjustment on these ones, so I'll probably either end up selling these or putting them on the shelf, and eventually probably putting these on the Fox body, since these shocks are better than the ones that are on there. Making some good progress. We got the caster plates on both sides, and I also got the new Vikings in. This thing's got a lot of travel, that's for sure. So next thing is going to be getting the spindle mounts ready to get installed back on the A-arm, and then that way we can hook the struts up to it. Just got to look for the hardware real quick. Got both sides all wrapped up. Now I could set my rotor and put my brake calipers back on. Got the aerospace brakes back on the car. Only thing I'm waiting for still is my steering rack, my manual rack that I'm putting in, the flaming ribber. Also got my radiator on as well. Added a Deutsch connector ready, so it's ready to go when it's time to wire it. Alright, well, we'll continue making some more progress tomorrow. Alright, I'm fresh off of work. Let's continue this video. So the next thing's going to be is getting these brake lines installed and probably adding some riv nuts to hold the brackets up. Line's going to be somewhere around this area right here. So this is a riv nut gun. This right here basically creates threads. So once this gets pressed on here, we'll have threads for a bolt to secure the bracket down. Put the riv nut on the riv nut tool, press it in, make sure it's flush, and then you close the screw. Super easy, makes it really nice so you don't have to use self tappers on your car. And just like that, we got threads, and we can put a bolt through there. Just like that, got threads, so ready to install our bracket. So just like that, we got a brake line bracket all secured. That's full lock all the way left, so I know I got plenty of slack. Right now the suspension's all the way drooped down and got plenty of line. I've got to worry about it kinking up. So I'm going to repeat the same process on the driver's side. So next, now that we got the brakes on, next step to getting these brake lines done is putting the new brake cylinder from TBM Brakes on the car, and also putting the brake pedal and the bracket back in the car as well. Alright, the new TBM brakes, brake master cylinder is installed. It's all bolted down. It's looking good. Also got my Willwood brake proportional valve installed. Got my first brake line done. This basically adjusts your rear rotors, your rear brakes, on how firm you want them. I'll start making the second line tomorrow. I'm gonna be calling it a night. That way I get inside and edit these videos, get this uploaded on the channel. But making some solid progress on the car. Really happy. That's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys are enjoying. Peace.